Eliza Baylor.
Hi, my name is Eliza Baylor. I'm a 7th grader at York Junior High. Last Thursday, I was attacked in the halls on campus as I walked between my first and third period classes. The girl who attacked me tried to start a fight, saying mean things to me. I told her to shut up and I didn't want to fight. She called me a coward and just expected me to do all things. She ran down the hall after me and pushed me into the back. I ignored her and kept walking. She came in front of me and grabbed me and threw me into the wall head first. She then grabbed me by my hair and dragged me into a teacher's room, repeatedly punching me in the face, like my nose, and then teachers, about 6 of them, tried to pull her off, but she was resilient and kept on, and then she kicked me in the mouth. Last Thursday was not the first time that I was threatened, and this is not the first time that I've reported being bullied by this specific human. I went back to the AP and nothing was done again, and then that's when the fight happened. I don't feel safe anymore at my school, and it's really sad for me because at school, you're supposed to go there and learn and be happy and have friends. But now I go to school and I get dark thoughts, and I feel self-worth is down, and my mental health is drained. And I feel like nobody cares anymore, and that has caused me not to want to go back to York Junior High anymore. And I would like to go to a private school because the school is unbelievable, and I feel like nobody's doing anything about it. Board, I wanted y'all to think about, do you think you have the #1 job, which is protecting the students? Because I don't think so. I feel like your #1 job is not. Thank you for this time.
Thank you.
James Baylor.
You just heard from my brave daughter about how she was assaulted at York last week while trying to walk to class. She was willing to come up here and tell you that because she had the courage to bear herself, to hope that you have the courage to acknowledge that there really is a problem in your district and have the guts to do something about it. This assault happened over 5 days ago, and as of 10:30 a.m. this morning, I'm told that this board had not even been informed of this assault. My child was a victim in a premeditated attack in your school, and your administration didn't even think that was important enough to inform you. That speaks volumes about where safety sits in your agenda. My daughter reported the bully repeatedly. She tried to walk away. She did everything we have told her to do when she's faced with hostility at school, and look what it got her. This isn't the first time we've stood in front of this board and begged you to make changes. On February 6th, after a vicious attack of a student at York, my husband and I sent a letter directly to the board, Dr. Null and all 7 of you. We told you, please do something about the escalation of violence at York. Dr. Null, you emailed me back and told me you would take care of it. Ms. Chase, you reported, this is very alarming. We sent you another letter on March 13th. After more violence and threats of guns on campus and 2 bomb threats, Dr. Null, you called me again and told me you were on it. Mr. Hubert, you even had the gall to tell me, we will continue to be diligent in all threat management. You have got to be kidding me. We have a different definition of diligence. Where are all the investigations that should be going on to figure out what the underlying problems are? Where are the steps that you should have taken to protect my child? If you think you've done enough, you are all dead wrong. I'm sick of being spoon-fed crappy excuses for the problems. It's not an isolated problem. It's not Austin that won't let you do things. It's a leadership failure. And it's time you all stood up and have enough courage to be as strong as my daughter and do something about it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm here again. I'm back. I want to talk about safety or the lack thereof at your schools. Board, what does it take for you to admit you have a problem with violence in our schools? How many videos of in-school criminal assaults and news reports of knife fights? How many teachers have to quit because there's a total lack of student discipline that has made the work environment toxic at your schools? I worked over 30 years at a major oil company, and safety was always priority #1. What is your first priority? Based on your actions, I'd say it's not safety. In fact, I'd say safety is a very low priority for this board. And what is your plan of action to improve safety at schools? Well, how much money is in the budget for next year to improve safety at schools? We don't need more administrators. I heard you've been talking about that. That will give meaningless and false kind of discipline. We need administrators that can and will give meaningful discipline. Dr. Hines stood at this podium just last month and told you that both the district and county off-campus detention centers are at max capacity. If one child gets referred there, one child has to exit. And where does that person go that exits? He goes back to the regular classrooms. Great. There was did that raise any red flags to you? Because it really did for me. But I don't see you having a remedy for that problem. And where's the meaningful discipline and consequences for violent and chronic offenders? A student committed a planned assault at York on February 1st. You've seen the videos. And she was back at York just 2 weeks later, 15 days. I mean, she even bragged on social media, on her own social website, that, oh boy, consequences at York gave her no fear. Well, you know, I'd like to talk more about this with you folks, but you have more value on that 2-minute timer than you have for talking about serious safety
Thank you.
issues at York.
Thank you.